Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick chat. Now listen, I want to talk about this interview that Gizelle Bryant did with Entertainment Tonight. Now y'all know Real Housewives of Potomac is right around the corner, so it's about to give every bit of toxic Potomac, okay? Or shall I say toxic Tomic. That's what I'm going to start calling this show. Real Housewives of Toxic Tomic. And not so much as because of the ladies, but more so because of the fans. When you don't really side with they fave and stuff, the people get crazy. Now, I'm going to put this disclaimer out. For the most part, I loves me some Candace Diller. Not even going to lie. If you don't want to hear my commentary in favor of Miss Candace, find your people. Now, I will say this year, I know we can't stand Gizelle. I know we can't stand Robin. I get it. Okay. The verdict is out on Miss Nika. She is the newcomer to the show, but I'm going to say this. I don't necessarily want to go into the season really strongly disliking anybody, not Robin nor Gizelle. So I just want to watch the show and just see what the ladies give and just give my honest opinions about it. I don't want to watch the season and end the season feeling the way that I felt about Sheree when we did Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just want to, kind of like everybody, even though they may get on your nerves a bit with different things that they do, I don't want to heavily dislike anybody. Now, Gizelle, I'm giving you a chance, my dear. But girl, from this interview, the way that you kind of tried to comfort Chris Basett, it definitely made me be like, now come on, Gizelle. Now, why would you do that? Now, when they respond and they go in on you, then girl, you just gonna have to deal, okay? But it is what it is. This is a part of the antics of the Real Housewives universe. The girls are going to come for each other, and we just gonna have to watch and see how it all plays out. Now, in this interview, and I am gonna play the interview for you guys a little later so you can check out everything that Gizelle had to say in her entirety, okay? Now, Gizelle does talk about how she doesn't know what's going on with the group. And that kind of concerns me a bit because I'm kind of like, I'm worried about the dynamic of the group because it seems like the ladies are split. So we've seen Gizelle, Robin, Mia, Nika, Ashley, Sharice all hanging out. And then over on the other side, we've seen Candace, Wendy, as well as Miss Karen. And it's just kind of like, I don't know if I like that. Like, what has happened? I don't want it to get to a place where people don't want to film with certain people. And the filming of everything just looks a bit off. Like us watching y'all is supposed to be able to see you guys navigate through the different levels of the friendship that you all have with each other. Everything ain't gonna be cute. Everything ain't gonna be sweet. But it just kind of, I don't really like that, right? Because it's like Gizelle doesn't necessarily film a lot with Wendy this season, she says. And she's like, she's not upset about it. She's actually happy about it. I guess it just made her feel great because we know that Gizelle has not been feeling Wendy for a very long time. That's the only thing that really Gizelle, well, maybe not the only thing, okay? But Gizelle, one of the things that really grinded my gears when it came to you was the speculation and things that you tried to put out there about Wendy. And when Wendy responds to you, you can't take it. And then you decide that you don't want to have anything to do with her. And I don't think that's right. You kind of started this and Wendy responded. So why are you going out your way to just be done with her and not talk to her or whatever? Like, I don't understand why it has to be that deep. I mean, y'all are sorority sisters. I would think that y'all got somewhere about forgiveness somewhere in y'all oath or whatever the case is, girl. But listen, girl, they say all skin folk ain't kin folk. So just because y'all are in the same sorority means absolutely nothing high key. But now that you're castmates, like, I just would expect y'all to be able to move past some things that happened maybe like 2 or 3 seasons ago, okay? Unless you're Ashley Darby and you're Candace Dillard, okay? Which leads me to the next part that has me a bit concerned because I'm like, what happens when Candace decides that she no longer wants to film any scenes with Ashley? So if Gizelle's scenes are limited with Wendy and then Candace decides she doesn't want to film with Ashley and then now Gizelle and Candace are on the outs and ain't no telling who else Candace may be on the outs with and they may not want to film it. It just makes for a weird show to me. right? But hopefully the producers and the editors have done a much better job with this particular season than they did with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we just gonna have to see how this all play out. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that with the whole dynamic of the group and whether you have any concerns or anything, because I'm like, if Gizelle could say she don't want to film with Wendy, or she has less scenes with Wendy, and then what happens when Candace be like, I ain't trying to be over there filming with Ashley for real, give me less scenes with her. And I don't rock with Gizelle, so I want to have less scenes with her, you know? And then if somebody else may be like, oh, that's how we doing it, Robin may be like, all right, cool, don't put me in no scenes with Karen. Like, girl, let's not start this, because I don't think that we could really finish it, okay? But anywho, Gizelle talks about her friendship with Robin and how she can't be a friend to Robin without holding her accountable. And I was like, ma'am, knock, knock, who's there? You. Gizelle, come inside. What do you mean you can't be a friend to her without holding her accountable? I feel like you've been a strong friend to Robin for many a years without actually holding your friend accountable. And I feel like when it comes to this situation dealing with Robin's husband, you had no choice but to bring it to the forefront, right? Because so many people were talking about it. And I'm sure there was a level of concern for your friend, you know what I'm saying? And the embarrassment and the things that she's been dealing with. So I'm sure, you know, you wanted to be by her side in some sense. But girl, the only reason why I feel like you held her accountable for that was because you were being dragged. You were being dragged, you know, for not doing so, upholding the BS, when you literally just sat up here and created a narrative last season on somebody else's husband, trying to make it seem like they were actually out here trying to, you know, come for you in that type of a manner. And you were out of line. So you had no choice, because I feel like the people forced you to hold your friend accountable. I think the people held you accountable. Therefore, you had to hold her accountable. Okay. So that's just where we are with that, right? So just stop. She also goes on to speak on Chris, and she was saying that, well, really the question was about Candace, and, you know, Candace, I think Candace could have mentioned something about, you know, Gizelle hiring a person to date or whatever the case was. And then she says, I don't really care what's going on in Candace's marriage or whatever. And she says, we all know what she sleeps with or who she sleeps with or whatever. And then she says something like, my DMs were DMing. Gizelle, this is so actually not cool. Now, I understand you want to clap back at Candace because Candace did say you hiring a person to be your man. And if you not, then you just not. I get it, girl. But I feel like that's irresponsible again. And the only reason why you're saying my DMs are popping is because Tasha K dropped tea about a situation that Tasha K don't even believe was true herself, okay? I know I didn't believe it, and I busted all down for y'all in the video. I knew it was fake right out the gate. So you feel like you have a leg to stand on with some BS, and you're talking about DMs were DMing. Well, I feel like Mariah. Do you want me to bring out the receipts? If you have the receipts of said DMs DMing, then why haven't you dropped any of them to validate some of the claims that you had about this man last year? Where are they? So everything that you're saying is really just cap. And this is what you're saying and spewing to try to get at Candace just a bit, you know? And Candace, I'm going to tell you, you listen, let's work on being more unbothered, okay? I feel like you were kind of like that last season just a bit, but let's be a little more unbothered, because now that when these ladies learn what your weak spot is, they lean into that. Okay. And right now, if the weak spot is the marriage, Gizelle is going to lean into that. The same way a lot of us may lean into Gizelle not having a man, and, you know, she could pretend to be unfazed. I think that really did bother her, so much so that she brought Jamal Bryant on the show to finesse us. Yes. Okay. So just like we would dig into Gizelle about that, they're going to dig into you about your marriage, okay? So we just need to work on showing these people that we're unfazed by the stuff that they do, okay? Now, like I said, y'all, Gizelle not really feeling Candace, so it's safe to say that she is not feeling that lady. She says that, listen, I don't speak to her, so therefore I won't be addressing her. And it's really given that simple for me. Okay. And I said, all right, well, we'll see how that's going to play out, considering the fact that you ladies are at BravoCon. At least that's what I want to believe. So we'll see if you're going to be addressing her at all while you ladies are there. Now, Gizelle also talks about that boyfriend. Okay. She talks about the boyfriend and says that she don't bring people on the show for PR stunts or anything. That's not her. She's never done that. That's whack. She make too much money to ever do that, is what she's saying. And I'm just like, I can't agree there, Gizelle, because I do feel like you brought Jamal on there as a PR stunt in a sense. I do. I feel like you brought him on there. Maybe not a PR stunt, but I feel like you brought him on there as a storyline. 1000%. I really do feel that way. And it backfired, unfortunately. So then now you have this new guy, and I'm not sure of his name. I really think it's Jason, but don't quote me, okay? I think he's from Bravo's Winter House or another, show under Bravo. So she's dating this new guy, and I'm not going to say he's not interested in her. I don't know, okay? Because let's not act like Gizelle isn't a gorgeous woman, because in my opinion, I think that she is. And in addition to that, I do think outside of the show, Gizelle may have a really great personality, and she may be like cool as hell to hang around. For real, for real. I think that sometimes she don't really take herself too serious, like a lot of us fans may take everything that she does so serious, So I'm like, hey, maybe that man really does like her. I mean, the verdict is still out. We'll have to see how it's playing out. She says that they're still dating each other. If anybody's wondering, they're still going strong. So, hey, her kids like him. She likes them. So we'll have to see what's going to come of that. But she also goes on to talk about Mia and that husband, Gordon. Now, y'all know Gordon feels like Mia only married him for the money, okay? And Gizelle was trying her best to make it make sense. She was trying her best, trying to make it make sense by saying that, well, if you ain't never had no money, you would have never got her. And I'm like, Gizelle, now they don't make no sense. Basically saying that they're both at fault for their relationship ending the way that it has. She feels like, yeah, Mia may have gotten with him on some gold digger type stuff, and now she's trying to go dig gold somewhere else, and that's okay, according to Gizelle. And I'm like, is that really okay though, Gizelle? Or are you really just saying that because you like Mia now? You've grown to really like Mia, but I feel like if she was on the outs, like you and Candace, you would be dragging her. You would really be going in. And I'm not telling you to go in on your friend. I'm just saying, girl, it's okay to keep it honest. Because if that was Ashley Darby, girl, even though that's somebody you say you love, you care about, that's your good friend, girl, you would call a thing. Okay. Now, I was with Gizelle when she said for Gordon to get a ring light and get on the camera and spill his heart out and say all of the stuff that he said. She says, I was taken back. I'm like, girl, I was taken back too, because Gordon doesn't do that. But also, I'm looking at it like this. You have to have done something to this man, or you had to have been so problematic that he had to come out and give his view. He had to be like, you had to have hurt him that much that Gordon needed to get on camera and express himself to the entire world. Okay. So girl, that's a whole mess. Okay. Now, y'all know they dropped the taglines last week, and I don't even remember everybody's taglines, but I have to say there was not a single one that I liked. I know that Candace tried to go with they may go low, and I just hit the high note. I know she tried to hit like that Candy Burris type thing. And I was like, Candace, girl, what is this? Like, everybody had just not a good one. Like, I mean, maybe Wendy said, if you ever want to test the professor, be prepared to fail or something like that. And I was like, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to come for the professor, like, girl, you're going to fail every time. Like, I kind of understood what Wendy was saying. I'm like, okay, I see you, Wendy. Like, you tried a little bit. You tried. Now, Gizelle's was lame, but the fact that she used her daughter's name in the tagline was actually, it was kind of cute. Like, just a little bit. Like, girl, I'm not no angel, but if you give me some grace, then, girl, you'll adore me. Whatever it is. Like, when she says it on camera and I hear it, it sounds so stupid to me. But when she breaks it down, I was like, oh, yes, those are her daughter's name. Once I get the meaning a little bit, it's like, okay, that's not as bad, Gizelle, but high key, everybody was horrible. Make no mistakes, okay? Everybody did a poor job. Maybe your job wasn't as poor as Karen's, saying that, I don't ride the fence, I am the fence, you ride me. No, ma'am. And if you are a Karen stan and you go up for that, girl, you just going up because you're a stan. And you know what? I'm not even going to tell you that you shouldn't. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't, because if you like it, that's your opinion and that's how you feel, because we do not have to feel the same. But there was nobody, not a single person, okay, that I liked. Like, some of you guys' taglines fell just as flat as your attire when it came down to the promo shoot. But that's just my opinion, okay? So either way, ladies, good luck. Now, I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments. But before we get into you guys' thoughts and comments on everything Gizelle had to say, let me go ahead and play that audio for you guys so y'all can hear exactly what she had to say, and then continue to chime in down below in the comment section. So go ahead and get into this.
Season 8 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. You've been doing this a minute now. What is the vibe for this year for you?
For me, it was all about, I'm going to be with the people I love. And I love the girls that I love. I love, obviously, Robin and Ashley and even Karen. We have a newbie. I love Mia. Like, the girls I love, I want to have fun with you. I want to party with you. I want to do all the things. And that's it. That's for me. Now for the group, I don't know what the hell's going on with the group.
We are all Black women, yes, and we're all going through our different things in our lives. And we're going to embrace that, okay? We're going to keep Potomac weird, okay? We don't care.
We come out of the gate with all eyes on Robin. And you hold your friend's feet to the fire.
Why I was in the nail salon? Why I was in the laundromat? Why I was at the hotel? That's a one moment.
Why was that important for you to do this time around?
It was very much in the moment, meaning, the situation with the nail salon, all that was like, we were hot off of that. And at that point, I had a lot of feelings about, Robin putting Robin first. And I never want to be a friend that's not honest. If I'm your friend, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, after we have a conversation, I'm gonna fall back and I'm going to support whatever it is that you do. But I first need to give my opinion. So she allowed me the space to do that, which I do appreciate because we are friends. But Robin is a woman that puts family over everything. So that is what we will see.
Do you feel like you have the truth of her situation? Have all your questions been answered?
I don't need to know any truth. I don't need to know, I don't need to have all of my questions answered. What I need is for my girl to be good. And she seems like she's in a great place right now. She seems extremely happy. So that's where I am with it. That's all I care about.
Having been in a marriage rocked by infidelity, it gives you a unique perspective into situations like this, though. So what kind of advice were you there to give Robin as she navigated something like this?
Yes. She knows my history. So she knows all of my advice is like firsthand advice. That's all I can give her. I think that as we watch the season progress, we'll see that they navigate through their issues. And that's actually what a marriage is all about.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like, all of the noise that's been going on, the whole girl with the hotel receipt.
And once again, that was stupid. That was foolish, but
we chose to move forward. We chose to get married. I wasn't expecting, the firestorm that came out of it.
Is this, or did this maybe feel like from certain ends, a Robin takedown season?
No. I don't even know. I don't even like those terms. Like, I'm gonna take you down. That's very strange to me.
You gonna turn me into a villain? I didn't do to none of you.
I think that Robin very much stands on her own 2 feet and says very much and answers every question that anyone has about her situation. And she doesn't have to do that. She don't have to answer to nobody, but she allows these ladies to ask. and she answers.
We see her get to an emotional place that I don't recall ever seeing Robin in the 8 years you guys have been making this show. Crying on the curb, asking how she became the villain in this story. What did you make of that conversation happening around her?
There's a lot that goes into that. Like, before we get to her crying, there's a lot of people that do want to attack her, that do want to take pleasure in whatever's going on with her and her husband.
People always got something to say. I don't care.
This year continues this speculation, mostly from one of your cast members, that how you operated last year by shining a light on what was maybe happening in Candace's home was a way to distract from the smoke coming out of Robin's.
Absolutely not. I don't even know what the hell's going on in Candace's home, nor do I care. Okay? But if there's anything that's out there on social, yeah, Robin and I are going to talk about it. We have a podcast to talk about such things. So that is what we did.
This is the demons coming to get us.
You did just address some things that are happening on the social media streets.
Yep.
And Candace took to her favorite medium, Twitter. And she wrote, "If you would just shut the F up and worry about your boyfriends for hire and cheating husbands, you wouldn't have to post proof that you weren't behind yet another plot against someone's family. Once again, the people of God are tired." What do you have to say to that?
Not one thing. Not one thing. I don't care what she says on Twitter at all. And clearly she should be concerned about what's going on in her bedroom, because unfortunately we've all seen what she sleeps with. Unfortunately.
Okay.
My DMs was DMing. Okay,
so that we know you were careful not to mention two women's names earlier, and we knew this one for sure. The other one would be Wendy, it seems, that you're not gelling with.
I didn't even really see her much all season, to be quite honest with you. And that was great for me.
Do you want me to start dancing?
No, never.
You bring a new boo around in the form of Winterhouse's Jason Cameron.
Yes.
What was it like to introduce that relationship to Potomac?
Jason is a breath of fresh air. He is somebody that I love to hang out with and have fun with. We are still dating. That is everybody wants to put a title on it. Like, we just having fun. Can't we just have fun? And it was nice to actually I had him around my children, and that was nice because they really like Jason. They like having fun with him.
I was going to ask, the girls have never been ones to mince words when it comes to the men you bring into your life. So What's the official review of Jason?
They like Jason. Jason is funny. He's closer to their age, so they laugh at different jokes than I don't understand what they're saying sometimes. They do see their mother happy, and that's all they ever care about.
What is your message to people, Candace included, who want to label this a PR stunt or for TV?
I don't do that, and I don't care. And just for the record, I don't speak to her, so I will never be addressing her.
All right. You mentioned the age difference there. In the trailer, you're labeled a cougar in the fake sitcom. What do you make of that label?
Cougar. Cougar is sexy, okay? Cougar has her own rules that she lives by, and if you cannot get on board, then there's no reason for me to play with you. So I will embrace cougar.
I'm no angel, but give me some grace and you'll learn to adore me.
Tagline this year, I got a kick out of. You're, I think, the first housewife to figure out how to get each one of her children's names in there.
Yes.
Why was that the way you wanted to go? Why was that important for you?
I'm going to be honest. So every tagline, you know how the tagline situations go. They give you a tagline, and sometimes it's a mess, sometimes it's not. This is the first tagline that I ever actually liked that they gave me. As a matter of fact, as soon as they read it to me, I was in love. Every other tagline I made up. Every other tagline was a combination of something that they gave me, except Word on the Street. Me and my bestie got that together. Word on the Street. I freaking love it. It's my kids. It's my kids' names, and it speaks to who I am. Yes, I am no angel, but just give me a little grace, and you will learn to adore me. Yes.
Did you marry Gordon for his money?
I might have.
It's going to be an interesting season for Mia, given everything that's come out. Was it a surprise to you that she and Gordon were done and over with?
Not a surprise, but we kind of saw it festering or getting there. But a surprise that Gordon decided to like put up a ring light and a tripod and record his own feelings on the situation. That was a shock. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, in that interview, video, whatever he did, he suggested that she was only interested in him for the money. Once the money dried up, she needed a new sugar daddy.
Yes.
What do you think?
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, okay, let's back up. They were both in it for certain reasons. Okay. He wanted a beautiful, hot woman who he got off the stripper pole, and she wanted a man that could take care of her. And so if he cannot do that anymore, if you cannot facilitate what the rules are here, then yeah, she got to go. And I'm not mad. Gordon, don't be mad because you can't continue to play your part. And this is what bothers me. Everybody wants to come after me and say, oh my gosh, she left him because the money dried up. Well, if he didn't have any money, he wouldn't have gotten her. So it is what it is.
Ladies, this is my friend Neko I was telling you about.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
My daddy is a rich bitch, and he made sure his daughter was a rich bitch, too.
Then we've got our newbie, Nneka.
Yeah.
You're a fan.
I like her.
What does she bring to the table?
She comes from like real Nigerian royalty and money. That's nice. She's got a lot of style and class. I do love that. She is, obviously very intelligent. I like that she doesn't take herself too seriously. She's here to understand that in Potomac, we have a lot of shenanigans and I come with the shenanigans. Okay. And it seems like she takes it with a grain of salt. And I like that.
There is a new Grand Dame of Potomac.
If only it were that simple.
I do crown her the new Grand Dame of Potomac. Yes, I do.
All right. I'm sure the other Grand Dame has some things to say, some thoughts about that.
Of course.
There's a lot of season to watch. What are you most excited to relive or have the fans experience?
I had to say goodbye to Grace, my oldest daughter, and that whole journey with my kids at this point in time. The fans seem to be very invested. So that's what you'll see from me.
I feel like you're ready and prepared to go to college. Yeah. But it is like ripping my heart out.
Is there anything you are dreading?
Not one thing. Not one thing. I'm like, let it rip.
What do you think is going to surprise viewers the most then?
I don't think the viewers are going to be surprised in any way. Oh yeah, we do have that big old fight at the end of the season, which by the way was at my event. And I'm going to need the ladies to act like they got some home training. That's all I'm going to say. And everyone was at fault. Everyone involved was at fault. Okay. I think that the viewers know who we are, which I love. Like, I love the fact that the viewers know us and they expect to see what they're going to see. And they are here for all of it.
All right, so y'all just heard everything that Gizelle had to say regarding the cast, Candace, that husband who she really didn't even want to address, the new boyfriend, and everything, okay? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I am JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.